Welcome to Framework Fortune and welcome back Framework Fortune community. I'm your host Ben and we've got our co-host H&H Trader Hal. How you doing tonight, buddy?
Doing good. Watching some crazy moves today.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's time for the last strip where we're going to recap any trades we took, take a look at the swing trades we may or may not be in, and then check on some of the top gainers of the day because there was two explosive gainers and I didn't get either one of them. But let's dive into the SPY and take a look at it real quick. We pretty much predicted that it was going to bounce back up. Now the interesting thing is it closed below the 10-day moving average though. So we may not be out of the woodworks. We're going to see it pop back up over that tomorrow. Because if not, it could come right back down.
Yeah, it's already over it on the aftermarket. Looks like. What's the high up there of that wick?
It's all the way up at 448, it looks like.
Okay, 448. So yeah, it did get a little bit up there. Just a
Right
little bit. We'll see. May gap up tomorrow.
Yeah, we could have a gap up. That is a possibility, especially seeing the way it closed in after hours. Let's see if there was any imbalanced. Yeah, the market closed again, $1 billion to the sell side. That's 2 days in a row.
Yeah, look at that volume coming into the close of the on the daily chart or that 5-minute chart. Look at the volume on those last tick.
Right there is a nice little.
Yeah,
That's a lot of little dumping there. So I don't know. We may not come back up tomorrow with that. Another. That is the last 3 days. That is 2 billion, almost 2.5 billion, 2.6 billion. That the market has closed to the sell side on an imbalance. It's a lot of selling happening.
So AHPI, man, that thing started ripping up, and I was like, man, this thing's getting up. I literally scalped the very top of this move.
Oh, God.
So I saw it kind of bottom out there, and I was like, ooh, I might be able to take some. But then I saw this big wick candle, this big green wick down.
Yeah.
I was like, ooh, that doesn't look good. And so it started forcing its way up, and I went ahead and entered here for a very, very quick scalp up there to the top. I mean, I took off right at the top of the red candle, like the tip
Right
top.
there. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. That was you're a madman. That was just dangerous scalp right there. Yeah. Good job on it though, getting a little scalp there. Did AHPI have any news? No, they didn't have any news today.
Nope. Just launching up for no reason.
It looks like it just had a bounce off the 200-day on the daily.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
Yeah, that's pretty much the only reason why I'd see it move today.
Yeah, but after that fade, it was over with because it had no reason to come back up.
No, it was just a bounce. That's all it was.
NSPR was the next trade, and I took all red trades on NSPR. I got stopped out every time I entered, so I just stopped playing with it.
Where'd you get in at?
All right, so this red candle, I was looking for some consolidation, and it came, this red candle forced up, and I said, all right, I'm going to go ahead and get in on this second green candle. I think it pulled back just a little bit. I got in on the candle you got your pin on right now, and then it launched up a little bit, and it just stopped. I mean, it just stopped me all over this consolidation right here. I kept my stops tight, though, on this one.
Yeah, it was a good thing. It just couldn't break over $5.
Mm-hmm. The other one that I risked my life on was APRN.
Well, you're trading like a madman today. So this just happened here a little while ago.
Yep, scalped it. I opened up Street Smart and I saw it. I was like, ooh, look at this one coming up. And it started holding VWAP. So
it looks like it got halted right there, too, and gapped up.
Yeah, they had a little bit of PR there. It came down after the gap up, tested that little bottom there, but I didn't see that. So I opened up my Street Smart Edge at the top of this green right here, that green that you just touched right there. And this is where I started kind of analyzing and seeing if I wanted to take the trade. I took 2 trades here. One, I stopped out exactly break even. It pulled back here on this red, and I entered on the next green right beside it. And then that one pulled back and stopped me out. That next red candle stopped me out. But then on the next candle, I saw it going green again, kind of holding green right there. And I
Mm-hmm.
went ahead and jumped in there for, I think, 20 shares. And I literally sold right on the last second as the market was
Oh
closing.
yeah, you didn't want to hold it in the after hours.
Nope. Nope.
This was a little triangle pattern there. That was the top of the
Hmm.
triangle, and the VWAP was holding his bottom. So you
Hmm.
got in there. You did it. You did it right. Just got that little stop out. Kind of sucks, but you got in there right at the perfect entry for the break
Yeah.
of that.
You know the thing that I was mad about?
What's that?
I got in on the first one, that first little green right there with almost 100 shares,
Oh, and this right
and it
here.
stopped me out.
Oh yeah.
And
So
I
you.
was out of capital on that second one, so I only could get 20 shares. But I was like, I still like this, so I got back in 20 shares and took that little ride.
Yeah, that'd have been a nice win right there if you'd had 100 shares. Still a good win, but it happens. You run out of capital right when a nice one rips. Hey,
Hmm.
this went right up to the 200 day, right before market closed. That was smart getting out there. I'm surprised it didn't get rejected. But now
Yep.
it's gonna be it's right there at 620. That was the high actually, so 590. It's just barely above the 200. So if it can hold the 200 tomorrow, it could continue on ripping. What was there? 78 million in equity capital raise, a 45 million backstopped rights offering and sale of additional shares and warrants. That's not that good of news.
Well, I wasn't really looking at it at that. I was at this point, at the end of the day, with a big volume dump into it. I was like, all right, well, whether or not the news is good, I see this volume dump coming in on the buy side. So if you look at the green candles down here on the volume, before the gap up, you had this little spike of green, and then you had this huge green bar,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't see any red bars coming close to that. So that's what kind of made me want to get back in, because it still has some like FOMO territory there.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's not terrible news. They're getting $78 million in cash. It's just the way they're doing it could cause shareholders some issues later with those buybacks, and that's not too bad. That's a nice trade though, right there, catching that power hour play. We've seen a lot of stocks ripping in power hour, so there's plenty of times where if you didn't trade in the morning, you want to set out because it's too wild. Wait till power hour. There'll be some rips in power hour. Oh no, I took two trades. I took one on GMVD, and it looked good. Had this nice triangle after that little run up. They had decent news. They had some earnings, revenue up 45%. Of course, earnings don't always mean anything necessarily, but it shot up there and then started consolidating, making this triangle. So it looked like it was going to try to break there, so I jumped in 100 at 370. Fumbled around here, and at that point, when this one popped over and shot back down, this little ugly hammer, I was starting to think, yeah, I'm probably going to get stopped out here. So I had to stop down there at the 340 area. And you see I got stopped about 342. Just a breakdown of that pattern. Nothing really I could do. Looks good on the daily chart, above all EMAs this morning. If we move this
I
right here,
was
you can see where it
I
was
was
above
so
it.
tempted by this one too. On this one, man, my finger was hovering the buy button. I was like, well, I've seen this before, this little flat top dump in the
Mm-hmm.
morning. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna stay away from it.
Yeah, that's what I should have done because this is the exact same flat top dump as we saw all week.
Hmm.
So I should have saw that coming. This is the only other thing I traded. I bought JCS because why not? It's down here. It had a nice sell off from yesterday, and I got in there 50 shares at the 865 area. I saw it come down and it started pushing back up on this candle and making this U shape. And that little U shape right there drug me in. So I jumped in at 865 right as it was approaching VWAP. And it did break VWAP, but then it just dumped right back down. But I've held it all day because that $8 area held up. It's still held in this 820 area. So I mean, I'm down $25 right now, but it can't stay low much longer. That $3.50 dividend Right now at 865 is like a 40% dividend. I'm expecting buying to come into it tomorrow. My swing from yesterday, UROY, this uranium stock, I've been bullish on uranium. 50 shares at 433 Monday, and I held it through the little consolidation yesterday, and now we're breaking up. You can see it hit a high right here of year of 540 in after hours.
Man, you got some faith, man.
Now it's uranium. Uranium. If you go look at the uranium sector, it's up 70% over the last 3 months. All that renewable energy crap they're talking about, the actual truth is nuclear power plants are the most cleanest energy that we have. So uranium powers those, and then inflation on top of that. Uranium is a pretty clear choice. And right here, URG, Lori pointed this one out to uranium stock this morning. She actually called it out down here. And it ran from $1.09 to $2.09, getting a little push there, new high year on it. And then UEC is another uranium stock that just broke for a new high year, 371. And then another swing, GROY. This one I bought back there. That was Thursday. I bought it 513, and it still hasn't broke. We saw that. We looked at that last night, I think, and it looked like it was pretty rough, but it still held up this $5 area. So 5 days in a row holding up $5 and actually getting a little buying back in here. And this is a gold company. So I'm not too worried about holding it because I'm bullish on gold. So I'm down 75 cents at the moment. OG still running. that 10 shares I bought the other day. At 10 shares at 655 all the way up to 748 today. So I'm up a little $8 profit there, but up 53 on UROY, on the uranium stock.
Are you going to put a trailing stop on the OG or no?
It looks like it's about to break out. It looks like it's going to try to test 50 on this daily chart. The 10-day just crossed over the 200. We broke through 7. It's looking pretty good, looking pretty bullish. So I might put a trailing stop in. I'm not sure yet. But yeah, other than that, that's pretty much it for today. It was pretty ugly. Besides the two that we didn't trade, INDP went on a monster run today.
Man, look, DB and One Life were talking so much noise to me. One Life traded it, but DB, he was talking so much noise, he didn't even trade it.
What's he talking trash for? He's not even in it.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, this is a super nice rip. I mean, just from pre-market, from 756 all the way up to 28, like massive run. It had just hit a low a year, though. And that's why I didn't expect it to break. That's why I didn't touch it. The 200 was right there, and it was all the way down at the 50-day. So when it was pushing up there, I was like, just like on that other play where we saw it get smashed right at the 200-day. I mean, we haven't seen plays breaking over the 200-day in a while. Most things have been getting held there, just getting slammed. And that is the case. It did sell off right afterwards, back under the 200-day, almost back to where it was at. So this is just kind of a fluke move. I think just maybe the apes, a lot of FOMO got in this play. Did it even have news? Let's see.
All the news was trash. That thing went up to $30 and ended the day at 10.
Oh yeah, they got a patent. So yeah, patents are never a big deal. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think it was like a FOMO play or something. Maybe a little bit of a pump and dump, and FOMO kicked in there, and traders just rode this thing and pushed it up. But yeah, there's no reason for this.
It was also a shelf registration on this one from last month. And I was like, man, this thing's gonna be kind of weird today. It was weird to the long side.
Well, for half the day, then the other half the day, it just gave it all back. That's how you know when a stock is garbage, when they go on a massive rip and then immediately give all the gains back, and you get a candle like this. This is a nasty candle. And then the other one is IRNT, and this thing went ballistic in after hours. It had a little dump at market open. Newer IPO here, just IPO'd August 27th. Been on a little uptrend, but really getting at it today. They had earnings yesterday, and Wall Street bets stocks mixed as iron net source. But yeah, just a massive move, man. No, it's a cybersecurity company, so they're your worst enemy.
Ooh, no, they're not my worst enemy. Unless they're selling trash products.
Yeah, I don't know what products they're selling, but yeah, they're. Let's see. They merged with special purpose acquisition company LGL Systems last month. They reported a wider net loss for the second quarter on lower revenue, so they had bad revenue, but the company is seen as a potential candidate for a gamma squeeze. So this was a short squeeze, apparently. Maybe, I don't know. Who knows? Look at this nasty wick there, though.
Boy, now that would have made me so mad if my stop loss was way down there and it
Yeah.
came down there and did that.
That's what I'm saying. That's a nasty little wick. I don't know what happened there. Some people got sad. Their day got ruined right there. Can you imagine somebody who got in like right at this 37 area and they're like holding and didn't have a stop loss in it, just and then they sell and they're like, oh my god, I just lost so much money, and it comes right back up and just rips. God,
Yeah.
that candle right there in a rip like this will make you kick a poodle. And then the swing trade watch list, how's everything looking there? GVO not doing too much today, just kind of held that 650 area still. Ooh, we were talking about this possibly breaking out, and it did it early. Broke out today, the chip maker in after hours running from 8 to 968. So if anybody swung this, nice job. RHE, this looks like this may be about, well, I don't know. Closed with a
About
little.
ready to crack down.
Maybe. It's holding the 200. It closed above the 200 and the uptrend, so if it pushes back up tomorrow, it may start coming back up. We could see a bounce. But if it cracks below that, yeah, it's going to be done. And CLWT, there you go, man. Told you.
Finally giving the green day, huh?
I told you last night, man, you should have got off that bounce there. You'd have got a nice little bit in the green already. It did get rejected at the 50-day moving average, though.
Love to see some catalysts on there, but I feel like once the catalyst does come, it's just gonna gap up.
It may, man. That's why it's a swing candidate, because you don't know when that gap up could happen. Then IMTE, this one's done, man. It had that nasty dip. This is one of the ones I got out of. Took like a $10 loss on it or something. I don't even remember. No volume today. And AATC, oh, interesting. So possible break of that handle. I want to see what it does tomorrow. I'm concerned with swinging anything that is not uranium or gold or some type of commodity because of the SPY. If the SPY rebounds more tomorrow, then I'll feel better about some swinging some different things. But until then, I'm only going to be swinging in the hot sectors.
Yeah, I'll be back tomorrow doing a little. The losses that I have taken this week have been so minuscule. It's like whatever. I like today. I was a little bit red. What, $7? Then the day before, $6. So it's not just horrible.
Yeah, I mean, that's what you got to do in these times. You got to keep the stop losses tight so you can keep those losses low. You got to survive till you thrive. Yeah, we'll be back tomorrow morning for some more live stream trading on both channels. If you haven't yet, go check out H&H Traders channel. Link down in the description, and check out frameworkfortune.com while you're at it. Appreciate everybody joining us as always. Stay safe out there. Until next time.